Here we go with my NFC predictions. I'll start with the NFC North. Green Bay at 12-4. I think they have the best coach in the division, and I think they easily have the best quarterback in the division. They also have very little travel, only 8,000 miles of travel this year. Their last 4 games, I think they could sweep them, and includes the Browns. Chicago's a complete mess at quarterback, and Sam Bradford, I doubt, plays 16 games. So I think in both instances, they are weaker Vikings, Bears at quarterback than last year, allowing the Packers to potentially go 4-0 against those two teams. A lot of people have Green Bay at 10 wins. I have them at 12-4. Minnesota has the best defense in the division. I'll put them at 9-7. Adrian Peterson's gone. That circus left town. It's a good thing. I think running back Delvin Cook could win Rookie of the Year. Sam Bradford probably does not last the season. I think they have the best roster in the division, but due to quarterback chaos, I'll put them at 9-7. I'm pulling back on Detroit. I think Detroit's basically an 8-8 team, lost 3 straight to end the year. Jim Caldwell, to me, is an average head coach. They won 7 close games last year, and I don't think they'll repeat that. Their offensive line is ranked 24th, Pro Football Focused, and they've lost a starter to free agency, and another will begin the year hurt. I see them at best, mostly due to Matt Stafford's talent, at 8-8. And finally, I think the Bears could be the worst team in the National Football League. Too bad they already drafted a quarterback. Their defensive line is average. They have a lame duck conservative head coach. They are young and a mess at quarterback. They lost their best receiver. I do think they have a nice stable of running backs, but I think Chicago's going to be a mess. Now let's go to the NFC South. This was the toughest to choose for me. I'm going to go Carolina at 10-6. I think their defensive personnel is excellent. Their defensive line, most by any defensive line in the league, 35 sacks. They have a 4th-place schedule. They added Christian McCaffrey to an offense I believe will rebound. Cam got criticized for the last 12 months. You take stars, you beat on them for 12 months, they usually rebound. They have stability and ownership at coaching. Carolina at 10-6. I think Atlanta, with a Super Bowl hangover, pulls back to 8-8. First of all, they have to go to New England and to Seattle and play Dallas. Their offensive personnel is spectacular, but they blew people out last year. And now Kyle Shanahan, I believe the best offensive coordinator in the league, is gone. Between that and the Super Bowl hangover, I pull them back to 8-8. Tampa Bay, the world loves. I'm not ready yet. Jameis Winston had 18 picks. That was up from his rookie season. And their offensive line, to me, still a major liability. The defense is young and talented, but hot and cold. I think Tampa Bay's a fun team. I don't buy into Jameis Winston yet. I put him at 8-8. And finally, New Orleans at 6-10. They added the Adrian Peterson circus. I don't like it. They lost Brandon Cook, an explosive wide receiver. I don't like it. They didn't upgrade their awful defense much, which allowed 28.5 points per game, worst in the league. Sean Payton and Drew Brees, we've seen the best of them. The Saints at 6-10. Let's go to the NFC West. Seattle wins it at 10-6 based on probably the best head coach quarterback combo in the division. Their offensive line was putrid last year. It'll be better, still not great. Their defensive line talent is exceptional, but their top defensive line pick may miss the year in ATV accident. They travel 25,000 miles, which is too much for my taste. They have to go to New York for the Giants, Dallas, at Green Bay and Tennessee. And there's too much noise in the locker room. I think they win it, but I don't think they win the Super Bowl. I'll put the Rams at 7-9, perhaps shocking. They do have to go to Dallas and the Giants, but they have made major upgrades at wide receiver, left tackle, and their offensive staff, I don't think there's a side of the football that will get a bigger increase in coaching than the Rams offense. Their schedule is not easy. Their head coach is 31, but they won 4 games last year and were virtually unable to pick up first downs. I think they almost double it. My surprise, perhaps, is I have Arizona at 7-9. Special teams are a mess. The window feels closed. Carson Palmer had a steep drop-off. He has no mobility, was sacked 40 times, and had 14 picks. I think windows open and close in sports. Honey Badger returns, but I don't like the momentum. They need to find a younger quarterback. Arizona 7-9. And finally, a respectable 6-10 for San Francisco. I think they've upgraded massively at coach, quarterback, wide receiver. They're in total rebuild mode, but I love their draft on the defensive side. The offensive line is okay, not great for an average mobile quarterback. I think they're going to be in a lot of games. There'll be a ton of fight. It'll be a very respectable 6-10. And finally, the NFC East. I'm going to throw my shocker in the NFC. Philadelphia wins the division. They were 7-9, but had a plus 36 point differential. They can play. Carson Wentz showed me signs of brilliance. He's no longer a rookie. The offensive line returns with Lane Johnson. By the way, when he plays, they win games. When he doesn't, they don't. Lane Johnson's back. They have, according to Pro Football Focus, not the Cowboys, the best offensive line rated this year. They have upgraded at key spots. They had a tremendous draft, and they were 6-2 at home with a rookie quarterback. Eagles 10-6 win the division. I have Dallas, though they won't beat Philadelphia, finishing at 10-6 as well, better than most. Listen, their point differential was 115. They didn't just win games, they blew the doors off people. They went heavy on the defensive side in draft, especially in the secondary. I like what they get from Jalen Smith eventually, and I think their offensive staff and personnel is tremendous, with or without Ezekiel Elliott in the first month. I'm going to pull back on the Giants to 8-8. They are constantly in the air, at Denver, at Oakland, at Arizona. I don't like him at running back. The Odell circus worries me. Eli Manning had 16 interceptions. He's in his 14th year. He is not dependable enough for me. Too many interceptions. Don't love him at left tackle. Schedule is tough. I think they'll be in close games because of their front seven. But I'll go with Washington at 7-9 to be the bottom. Lost Pierre Garçon, Deshaun Jackson at wide receiver. The quarterback, a lame duck season. Lots of travel at Seattle, at KC, at New Orleans. They go to L.A. twice. Their best player's a tight end, Jordan Reed. He's hurt too much for my taste. Like the Giants, they'll be in a lot of games, perhaps lack an Odell Beckham to win the extra one, but there are my NFC predictions.